Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So in this video we are going to continue on the object oriented principles which we were talking, and in this video we are going to talk about inheritance in Python, and it will be really helpful for you if you have a good grasp of inheritance, because in some cases in some interviews they ask you a basic example of inheritance and how it works, and probably they might even ask you to write a code for it. So in that case it is really helpful if you know the basics and have a good understanding about it. So let's get started. Before moving on to the video, I would like you to subscribe if you are not part of our Revox family, and it will help you keep updated with the latest videos. And also I would like you to join the Telegram channels which will help you in your preparations. So let's get started. Now what is inheritance? So if we just talk about a person inherits some kind of properties from his parents, and also if the person has a child, then the child also inherits some properties from this person. For example, genetics. Genetics is something which a person carries from generations, and it is nothing but the inheritance of genetics which helps us to provide information about a person. Like a person might look like his grandfather or he looks like his grandmother. And if we talk about inheritance in case of computer science, inheritance is something which allows us to define a class that inherits all the methods and properties from another class. To understand inheritance better, you should have an understanding of what a parent class is and what a child class is, because your ability to understand inheritance can really help you in writing better and efficient codes. So let's look at an example. Now, what is a parent class? Parent class are classes which are written with a set of basic properties that will be common to all the classes, and that is why it is called as a parent class. So, for example, if we talk about a vehicle, just a vehicle, we are not looking at the example right now, we are just talking about a vehicle. A vehicle is something which will have a basic property regardless of the type of vehicle it is. So if we just talk about one, it is the registration number for a vehicle. So be it a two-wheeler, a three-wheeler, or four-wheeler, it will still have a registration number which is common to all kind of vehicles. And if we talk about a vehicle as a parent class, then we can have different child classes for it, which can be a two-wheeler, a three-wheeler, a four-wheeler, and then we can have numerous properties of them. However, they can still contain subsets wherein we can talk about four wheelers in terms of cars, in terms of local utility vehicles, and things like that. But I won't go into that in a very deep manner. We will just talk about the parent class here. Now, what you can see on the screen is a person class, and before moving on to the code, I would like to clear one misconception which sometimes creates confusion. If we just remove the word object written in the bracket, it will still work fine. What it basically means here is that any kind of class which you declare inherits from a particular object, and the object is created by default for you. However, in this case, since it is our parent class, we don't need to specify what kind of object it will inherit from. So even if we remove the word object from this particular code, it will still work fine. And this class which we have declared here has a constructor which accepts a name and an ID number, and it has a method which will contain the values, the name and the ID number, and will get printed since we have written the print statements. And let's look at the child class now. Now the child class is something which inherits the properties from the parents. Now you can see that we have declared the class person, which has to be the parent class, and this is the child class which is inheriting from our parent class, which is person. So our employee class is inheriting from our person class, and it has a constructor which has name, ID number, salary, and post. And the salary and the post are getting stored here, and the line which says person dot init self name ID number is useful for one of the things which we are going to discuss in the code on execution. So let's look at the code now to have a better understanding. So as you can see on your screen, we have the same code written here. However, we have two different line of code again to make you better understand what they are doing and what is going on screen. Now, to make you understand better, let's introduce an error inside of our code. So let's just comment the line number 11 here, and let's try to run this program and see what will be happening in that case. So as you can see that we have an error, and the error says that the employee object has no attribute name in it. So what happened here? Let's look at it from scratch. First of all, we have a parent class which has a constructor and it accepts a name and an ID number as a parameter, and it stores the name and the ID number. Second, it has a method which is the display method, which will display the name and the ID number. That's it. Now talking about the employee class is a child class which inherits from the parent class, and also it has a constructor which has parameters like name, ID number, salary, and post. And also I have cleared it in my earlier videos that self is not a keyword. Self is nothing which cannot be replaced. You can replace the word self with anything you want. However, the same word is to be used to refer to all the properties of your classes, and the word self can be replaced by any of the word. As you can see in many kind of competitive programs and in many assessment tests, they don't use the word self. They will use words like CLS to confuse the students, but that's completely fine even if you change the name. So be aware of that. Now as I talked, that the employee is the child class which is inheriting from the parent class. Again, if you see at the constructor for the child class employee, that is the line number 10, it has four parameters: name, ID number, salary, and post. The problem here is that you are declaring a child class which accepts four parameters, and you are passing four parameters as well, which is completely fine. The problem relies at line number 12 and line number 13. Since the employee parameters which you are passing inside of your constructor has two parameters which are declared inside of the class and two parameters which are not declared inside of our class. So if we see at the code which is written here, the salary and the post are the properties which are declared inside of our employee class, but the parameters like the name and the ID number are not declared inside of our employee class. So that is the problem. So the line number 11 which we have commented right now is helping us to import all the properties and all the methods of our parent class, which can be then used in our child class to manipulate things and to work on it. And how we do that is by writing person.init and then passing in the parameters which we want to. So how it helps, we can import certain parameters on which we want to work and certain parameters which we don't want to work on. So inheritance basically gives you a very wide range of opportunities which you can exploit upon and make your code work accordingly. So even if we start to run this code right now, you can see that we still have the output here, which is the name and the employee ID, and in that case it really works. So what was the only problem is this line, and you should know that how it works. So this is one kind of a very basic thing which you need to know, because in case of coding interviews, if they ask you to just give an example, then you don't want to mess up with the fundamentals. So you should know that what is actually happening here. So we are just inheriting all the properties from our parent class, and that is how our code is working in this case. And how do you know that you are inheriting all the properties from your parent class? So if we just talk about the line number 18 which is written here, we have called the display function on our object which is of type employee. However, if you look at the code, you don't have a display method inside of your employee class, because that method is getting inherited from your person class. And that is why, to help your code do the work, you need to have all the properties imported in the class which you have declared, and that is how the line number 11 is helping you to do the work. So I hope you got a basic understanding of what we are doing here. So I hope you got a basic understanding of what inheritance is and how the things are working in this case. So I hope you enjoyed the video. So if you enjoyed this video and got a good concept to grasp upon, then make sure to subscribe and be a part of the Deepox family. Also, if you have any kind of problem related to the code, or if you want to discuss about the code which we have provided you, you can join our Telegram channels and we can discuss the code there. And we also conduct similar kind of quiz which you can use to just test your basic skills, and if they are not clear, then you can still have a better reach of how much you know and how much you don't, so you can always go and study them and again come and reattempt those quiz. So that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, I would like you to subscribe to the channel and keep learning and keep programming.